So I guess this is part 3 of what to look for in an engine transmission when buying a piece of construction equipment. When you start the machine, you want to listen for anything that's out of sync with the engine running. You want to make sure that it's got a consistent monotone rhythm to it. You want to look for excess smoke. Usually when you start a machine, especially a diesel engine, you know, it'll belch smoke when you first started, but that's nothing to be concerned about. You want to make sure that the throttle control works in the machine. You know, throttle it up and throttle it down. If there's an air conditioner, does it blow? Again, you want to make sure that that compressor's kicking on and off. You want to check the machine for excess blow by, and there's a couple of ways to do that without gauges. You can pull this dipstick out and see how much you're going to have crank pressure or crankcase pressure in the machine anyway, but and again, these are just guidelines because some machines will, depending on where that dipstick is located, you might get more oil spitting out than, you know, other machines. The other way to do it, some people say, is that you open this engine oil filler neck and check it there. Again, some pressure is normal. As far as the transmission goes, the only way you can check the transmission is with the machine on and rolling. You know, with a hydrostatic system, this is a conventional engine transmission setup. With a hydrostatic system, you want to check for noise and vibration. You want to note any kind of leaks or any kind of damage that might happen to the drive motors or drive, like this is a tandem gear case assembly. You want to note any kind of damage to those systems. You know, blown O-rings or gaskets or seals. So again, when you're testing the transmission, you want to make sure that the unit shifts through all of the gears without slipping or hesitation in forward and reverse. One of the things that I do to test the viability of a machine, to make sure that all of the horsepower is there and the transmission's working correctly, is I'll put it in low gear and I'll do what I call a push test. And basically what I'll do is I'll put the machine against an immovable object, be it a tree stump or whatever, or I'll bury the blade, and I'll make sure that the tires or the tracks spin. That just shows that the machine's got the wherewithal to carry a full, not only does it have the wherewithal to carry the full load of material, but its own weight, so the tires will spin. For the brakes, you know, a good way to test the parking brake is you get the machine to a slow roll and then you apply the brake to check that it's working. It should come to a stop if it's working. For the regular brakes, you want to get the machine up to top speed and then slam on the brakes and make sure that it stops on a dime. You may want to work yourself up to that because you don't want to be going top speed and find out you don't have any brakes. As far as with a some dozers have a steer and clutch and brake system, so you want to make sure on those type of systems that the machines brake and steer to the right and to the left properly. The other thing with like bulldozers and independent final drive systems is that you want to track the machine a good ways and see if it veers one way to the left or one way to the right. That could be indicative of maybe one of the final drive motors is going bad, or a number of other things, but we'll talk about that with dozers. I guess that's about it.